Hola Year 9, it's Mr. Nero. I hope you're well. This is our final lesson before we break up, and this lesson is for those taking Spanish only. Well, not only. If you don't take Spanish, you can still have a go at this, but this is what's going to prepare you. So, the objective for today is to recap some key tenses studied this year, and actually it's the key ones that we need for GCSE, and that is mainly the past, the present and the future. So on the left hand side it'll give you a bit of an indication at the levels of each task. Now throughout this lesson I've pretty much kept it that everyone does the same thing, okay? But if you are struggling, there is help there for you. So the starter is to match the Spanish verbs up with the key English below, okay? So I'm going to ask you to pause the video, and when you're ready for your answers to press play. Okay, now I'm not expecting you to know them all. All I'm doing is just testing actually what you can recognise before we go into it. Okay, so just press play when you're ready. Okay, your answers. S, it is. I, there is or there are. Voy, I go. Me gustaría, I would like. Son, they are. Fui, I went. Voy a ir a, I am going to go. Sería, it would be. Tengo, I have. Fue, it was. Vamos, we go. Me encantaría, I would love. Tiene, it has. Fuimos, we went. Vamos a ir a, we are going to go. Pienso, I think. So if you need to press pause and change your answers, correct them, whatever it is you need to do, having these 16 verbs are key verbs. Make sure that you correct them. Argentina, so if you're going to push yourself, level 5 kind of grammar, can you separate numbers 1 to 16 into 4 different tenses? Mexico, level sort of 4 GCSE, can you find the verbs in the past and the present? And España, 2 to 3, can you find all the verbs in the present tense for me? So if you press pause and when you're ready for your answers, press play. Okay, Argentina, your answers are there for you. Same with Mexico and España. If you want to press pause, you can mark your work and press play when you're ready to go. Okay, little task for Argentina, Mexico and España. Can you choose 3 verbs from that list and create a sentence in Spanish about absolutely anything, but can you put 3 of those verbs into sentences? Press pause and when you're ready to move on, press play. Okay, present, past, future and conditional. I'm going to focus on the present, the past and the future. And what I've done is I've taken some key verbs that I think, doesn't matter what topic you talk about in Spanish, these are the key verbs that are going to help you use these 4 tenses. For a level 5, we need to be using present, past and future. So I've put the conditional there just for some of you who may have seen it before. So if I was going to put something like, I'm not going to tell you what all those verbs mean, but below I've got like 2 sentences in English. I go to the park with my friends and it is the best. Yesterday I went to the cinema and it was a ball. I am going to study Spanish, but I would like to study French. I'm intrigued to see in English. Can you spot all the verbs in that passage? Then what I'd like you to do is every time you see a verb, what would that verb be in Spanish? And a clue for you is all of the verbs in yellow above actually belong in that text. I'm going to ask you to pause and figure out where in that text they belong. Press play when you're ready for your answers. I go, voy. It is, es. I went, fui. It was, fue. I am going to study, voy a estudiar. I would like to study, Me gustaría estudiar. If you've now got the key verbs, how much of that sentence can you actually pop into Spanish? I'm not going to ask you to write it. I'm going to ask you to just pause the video and in your head just give yourself a minute or two. How would you put that into Spanish? Maybe the word yesterday will cause you struggle. In Spanish, yesterday, ayer. Voy al parque con mis amigos y es lo mejor. Ayer fui al cine y fue un tostón. Voy a estudiar español, pero me gustaría estudiar francés. Okay, present tense, verbs that you will have seen a lot of is voy, es, I, vamos a, son, pienso que. The present tense talks about where we normally go, what we normally do, or what you're doing right now. So, for example, normalmente voy a Francia y es lo mejor, pero a veces mi familia y yo vamos a Irlanda. Pienso que Irlanda es más aburrida que Francia. Normally, I go to France and it is the best, but sometimes my family and we go to Ireland. I think that Ireland is more boring than France. The present tense, talking about what we are doing now or what we normally do. And in Spanish, in order to form the present tense, we take the ending off a verb, whether it ends in AR, ER or IR, and we add the following. O, as, a, amos, ais, an. O, es, hemos, eis, en. O, es, imos, is, en. So if I were to take the verb hablar, meaning to talk, and I took the AR off and I added an O and it became habló, it would become I talk. If I took the verb hablar, took AR off, added as, hablas, it becomes you talk. Comer, to come, he, she eats. Comer, to comemos, we eat. Escribir, to escribís, you all write. Escribir, to escriben, they write. The order of verbs conjugated always goes I, you, he, she, we, you all, they. If I were to put numbers 1 to 5 on the screen for you, bailar is to dance, how would you change that to we dance? Beber is to drink, how would you change that to they drink? Vivir, to live, well, what would I live be? Cantar, to sing, what would you all sing? Escribir, to write, what would you write be? I'm going to ask you to pause, conjugate 1 to 5, and when you're ready for your answers, press play. Please use your box there, and look what I've done with the verbs in the middle. Follow the structure. Okay, we dance, bailamos, they drink, beben, I live, vivo, you all sing, cantáis, you write, escribes. If you need this screen on longer, just press pause. If we're talking in the past, we are talking about something that we did. So, for example, fui, I went, fue, it was, okay? Something that happened in the past. So, for example, el verano pasado fui a Francia y fue lo mejor. Pero en julio mi familia y yo fuimos a Irlanda. Pensé que Irlanda fue más aburrida que Francia. Last summer, I went to France. It was the best, but in July, my family and we went to Ireland. I thought Ireland was more boring than France. Something that's happened in the past, done and dusted. Okay? How we form the past. Like every other tense, you take the endings off your verb, AR, ER, IR, and you substitute it with the following. The AR verbs, aste, o, amos, astéis, aron. The ER and IR verbs, exactly the same, iste, yo, imos, isteis, yeron. So for example, hablar, to talk, take the AR off, add an E with an accent, changes it to I talked. Hablaste, you talked. Comió, he, she ate. Comimos, we ate. Escribisteis, you all wrote. Escribieron, they wrote. So these endings make your verbs change into the past. So I'd like to have a go at exactly the same 5 verbs from before. However, instead of putting them in the present, I would like you to pop them into the past. So instead of we danced. They drank, I lived, you all sang, you wrote. Can you pop those into the past? And when you're ready, press play. Bailamos, we danced. Bebieron, they drank. Viví, I lived. Cantasteis, you all sang. Escribiste, you wrote. If you need this on longer, just press pause. Future tense. Now this one's a little bit different. Okay, so we're talking about where we are going to go. Okay, something that we are going to do. So, for example, el próximo verano voy a ir a Francia y va a ser lo mejor. Pero en julio, mi familia y yo vamos a ir a Irlanda. Pienso que Irlanda va a ser más aburrida que Francia. Next summer I am going to go to France and it is going to be the best. But in July, my family and I, we are going to go to Ireland. I think that Ireland is going to be more boring than France. So we're talking about the future. And in Spanish, you'll have done this, I know, but this is just a bit of a recap. In order to form the future tense, we have to choose either voy, I, vas, you, va, he, she, vamos, we, vais, you all, van, they. We have to put an a, and then we have to put a verb. So, for example, voy a hablar, I'm going to talk. Vas a bailar, you are going to dance. Va a comer, he, she is going to eat. Vamos a beber, we are going to drink. Vais a vivir, you all are going to live. Van a cantar, they are going to sing. So all we do is choose who we're talking about. I, you, he, she, we, you, all, they. So that's where we decide whether we're using voy, vas, va, vamos, vais, or van. We put an a, and then we change the verb. So what are they going to do? Are they going to go? Are they going to dance? Are they going to sing? Are they going to eat? And that's where you put your verb. So how would you say we are going to dance? They are going to drink. I am going to live. You all are going to sing. You are going to write. Have a go at that. Press pause and play when you're ready for your answers. Your answers are there for you. So, vamos a bailar, we are going to dance. Van a beber, they are going to drink. Voy a vivir, I am going to live. Vais a cantar, you all are going to sing. And vas a escribir, you are going to write. If you need a bit longer, just press pause. Okay, your final task for today. There's verbs below in the present, the past, and the future. Okay, and in all the different forms. So I, you, he, she, we, you, all, they. All I would like you to do is to separate those verbs into 3 categories. So do they belong in the present, the past, or the future? So if you press pause and press play when you are ready for your answers. There you go. Present. Como, vive, escribo, escuchan, baila, come, bailas, vivo. Your past. Comí, bebimos, cantaron, fui, escribí, escucharon, bailé, vivieron. Future. Voy a cantar, voy a escribir, vamos a escuchar, van a bailar. Oh, you ready for the big challenge? What do they all mean? What do they all translate to? Massive task now. You press pause, I reckon 5 minutes and you'll have this. Even if you get half, impressive. Remember, they're in the present, so they have to be talking about now. If they're in the past, they have to be talking about what happened. And in the future, they have to be talking about what's going to happen. So give yourself a few minutes, see how you get on with this, and when you're ready for your answers, press play. There you go. All of them are on the screen for you. So whilst you are marking your work, remember any evidence of home learning, whether it's a picture or a document, just upload it to Show My Homework. Particularly with you guys, this will be great to see how you've done because I can monitor how you found the grammar. This is really, really important that we understand. So if you found this extremely difficult, please will you just send me a message on Show My Homework and then I can give you extra support. If you found it really easy and you would like more challenge, send me a message. I can extend that. This was based on sort of sets 9U4 to 9M3 who will be taking Spanish to GCSE. This is what we've covered this year. On Friday of this week, we will be sending you a prep booklet for what is to come in September. And that's something that you don't have to, but you can work through during summer. Okay. But most importantly, take care and have the best and most well-deserved summer. And we'll see you in September. Adios.